Welcome back. Here's another penguin nugget on using Jinja templates. And I wanted to take a minute and just speak to everyone about acknowledging that this can be very overwhelming. So the screen is tiled, and there are so many windows, there are so many commands with multiple outputs. And, just at the first glance, it's indeed overwhelming. But understand, you are preparing for a highly in demand industry certification, system engineering level. This is one of the most coveted industry certifications out there, which is the Red Hat Certified Engineer, RHCE, Red Hat Certified Engineer. So understandably, the concepts are complex. So here's what I want to do. I have packed the entire lesson in one screen with multiple windows. So let's zoom in on the commands I have for you, and you can pause at your leisure and analyze the output from each command. So at the top corner here of the screen, you can see my location. I'm inside my Ansible _projects directory where I keep all things Ansible, my playbooks, my templates, my collections, and so on, okay? And there is a playbook that I created and I want to share with you today, and that is the message of the day playbook, so it's .yaml. Here is the content of this playbook, and it's basically one single play where we get to utilize the template module. Notice the indentation, 3 indentations, one for the playbook header, one for the task name and the module name, and one for the module parameters, okay? And that's just the standard. So what are we doing here? Here is the playbook name, and it's going to run on the DB servers, managed servers or managed hosts. I need to become root for this because I am copying content to the etc directory, and only sudoers can do that, okay? So what am I doing? There is one single task, and this task, it says, ensure that etc/motd is being configured. Well, how is it that we're going to configure it? We are going to configure it using a Jinja template. Also notice that I have a vars section in the playbook header, and there's one single variable that is being declared, and that is the system_owner, okay? And the data stored in this variable is the email of the server admin. So I used my own Gmail, which is redhatsudoer@gmail.com, okay? So keep an eye on the vars section always, okay? It might also be vars files. What we're doing, I have a template file called MOTD or message of the day. I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna copy it to this location at the managed servers. I need to be set the, this is equivalent to doing chown. So I'm setting the ownership to root, group ownership to also root, and this is equivalent to chamad to set the permissions, and I'm setting the permission to no special permissions. That's why there's 0. And read and write for the owning user, read and write for the owning group, read only for the world or for others. Well, what's inside the Jinja template? That's right here. So, as we discussed before, you need to have templates folder inside your Ansible projects directory. And I have 2 templates, and in previous recording, I used the hosts, the J2. In this recording, we're using the message of the day. And what I have here is few lines to create the message of the day under remote systems. This is a system, and I'm using Ansible facts. I'm calling on the data saved in the fully qualified domain name variable. I went through the syntax for Jinja templates. Remember, everything needs to be wrapped with curly braces, you know. And when you get to a specific variable, that needs to be in single quotes wrapped with square braces. And I'm calling again once more on Ansible facts. I'm pulling out the distribution and the distribution version. And in case you forgot, if you ever forget the exact syntax, remember you can always come and run the setup module. So I'm running the setup module here, down here, and I'm piping this to less. Just to remind you that when you take the exam, if you ever forgot, that it's distribution underscore version, you can always run the setup module, pipe it to less, so you can search. Here, I use the / search for distribution, and all things distribution, were filtered. So I can see, yes, it's Ansible underscore distribution. Data stored in this variable is Red Hat, so it's going to spit Red Hat when the play runs. And distribution underscore version stores the version 9.1. So when the play runs, this is going to spit 9.1. So that's what's going on in this part. So this part of the screen, I just wanted to remind you about how you can run an Ansible ad hoc command using the setup module, right? So you can remember, right, what is the syntax for Ansible facts, because Ansible facts are huge, right, in Ansible automation. So that's what's going on in this part. So here is the playbook. The playbook calls on the template module, and it calls specifically on an MOTD file. This is the content of the template, right? You see it with all the Ansible facts. And I am here finally run the play. The play runs on Ansible 1 and Ansible 2, and these are the members of the DB servers, okay? I collect facts, and I run, and I get 0 failed. So here it says 0 changed because I ran it before, just to test before recording, right? But no errors because I can see 0 failed. And the true test here is to see that message of the day on the remote or managed host. So here I am. I established a secure shell session to Ansible 1. Okay, so let me come up here. And in this case scenario, I just use the command SSH Ansible 1 to establish a secure shell session. And the moment the secure shell session started, I was greeted with the message of the day on the remote host. And it says, this is the system Ansible.example.local. Well, where's Ansible.example.local come from? It came from the Ansible's facts fully qualified domain name in the Jinja template. Okay. This is a Red Hat version 9.1. Where did that come from? From Ansible distribution and distribution version. Okay. And, this is just plain text. Authentication authorization AAA is enabled only with permission. Please report issues to where, okay, well, here's an email for the admin where this email came from. It came from calling on the system underscore owner variable. Where is this variable? Well, this variable is not an Ansible fact. This variable was declared here in the player header under the vars section. Okay, so the data stored in this variable came from here, and it was pulled and it was displayed. So I can tell without a doubt that the playbook ran successfully. And that's another example for using Jinja templates. Thank you for tuning in.